Welcome on in. My name is PJ. This is a very challenge video. Plarium is talking, so we are here to listen. We're going to break down what they had to say to the Supreme chat, or the Supreme Club I should say, and break it down for you guys, see what they have to say in this update. So developer answers to your feedback. Hey Supremies, it's kind of cute. They got a little nickname for them. I wish they would give me a little nickname. Come on, Plarium. I want a nickname from Plarium. Actually, probably not. They probably call me some bad things. So maybe I don't want a nickname from Plarium. But anyways, carry on to the subject at hand. Sorry, I got some updates fresh from a recent developer Q&A, and as always, they're fueled by your feedback. Every comment, suggestion, and question you share helps us shape the game into something even better. Thank you for staying so passionate, involved, and honest with us. It truly makes a difference. Very nice words. Alright. Hold up guys, now is the perfect time to click on my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 4 more insane free epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Log out of Plarium, play on PC and uninstall. Step 2. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email. Step 3. Launch raid and complete the tutorial. Step 4. Go to the inbox and claim your first champion. Don't miss out on your chance to get a free Karato after signing up, as well as Uugo, Rector Drath, Tagoar, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress through the game. So click on my link right now and let's crush this together. Since some of you are new around here, yes, I'd like to reintroduce this publication where developers respond directly to your questions and feedback. On that note, to provide a time frame, it's worth repeating that the typical feature timeline is approximately 4 to 6 months. Alright, keep that in mind, 4 to 6 months. I brought your feedback to the team's table and it led to super useful chat. Your input was helpful and several of the features below are a result of your contributions. That said, here are some early insight into what is coming, and there's plenty of good stuff ahead. Let's dive in. Yes, shall we? Let's dive in. Let's see what they got in store for us today. Alright, time in game. This is a huge issue with a lot of people. Let's see what they have. Your feedback regarding the amount of time the game takes was brought forward and it aligns with our long-term improvement plans. Nice. Early next year, background battles will receive an update, allowing you to fight in live arena while earning gear and rewards at the same time. Cool. Now, it specifically says live arena. Hopefully this is all arenas, because we have classic arena Plarium and we have 3v3. Let's not forget about the game. I know you don't play the game very often, but let's not forget you have other arenas besides just live arena. So hopefully this is classic and 3v3 along with just live. But overall, this is good, being able to farm live arena or farm something while you're also doing a fusion. Let's say you gotta do dragon, and boom, live arena pops up. You want to do some live arena, so you can do live arena and also get your energy in at the same time. That's awesome. Glad they're working on it. Looks like early next year. Cool. Let's see what else they got to say. Gear management and accessory space. This is a huge issue for myself. I'm not sure about you guys. I think of most of the community. They keep adding these new gear sets, and it's really the accessories. My inventory gear, it's not great, but I can handle a little bit better. But the accessories, it's too much. It's so much you got to keep. So let's see what they got to say. Managing gear and accessory space has become more challenging. Yes, thank you. It has, Plarium. Yes. Especially with recent additions. So you're adding to the problem. You know it's a problem, and then you keep adding more gear sets. Stop adding gear sets if you know it's a problem. Like, come on, what are we doing? Especially with the reason they know that that's one of the problems, and they're like, it's fine. They can deal with it. Alright, sorry. This has been discussed, and an extension of accessories and gear slots is planned for the future update. Another improvement shaped by your feedback. Okay, so this is not fixing the problem, but, or I should say this isn't a solution to the problem, but it's a little bit of a band-aid. I mean, more space is nice, but the issue is that it's the accessories. You need to keep like 2, 3 of each thing, like the defense, HP, attack. It's becoming a lot. So I mean, the gear space will be nice. One downside is I think it does slow down the game a little bit, especially for the super high-end Krakens and whales, or people that's been spending a lot of time, have a lot of gear on their account. It can definitely slow the game down a little bit. But overall, it's good. More space is nice. I wouldn't say this is a solution to the issue that we have, but it will definitely be a decent little help to the, definitely not a solution though. We carry on, my wayward son. Live Arena. Several LA quests originated directly from you, the Supremes, and some of them already underway. Friendly battles are officially on the roadmap, so in the future you'll be able to challenge friends and claymates directly. And yes, Live Arena will become available 24/7 in the coming months, offering more flexibility for everyone. Amazing, nice. I know a lot of people were expecting friendly battles when Live Arena first dropped, and was kind of, I think a lot of people were surprised that we didn't have friendly battles when it first dropped. So I'm glad that they're finally adding it. I know they were on the edge of doing it and not doing it. They didn't know if we were gonna like it or not. After the whole community was like, please, we want this, we want this, we want this. They're like, we don't know. But it looks like it's finally on the roadmap. They're making it official. Love that. Friendly battles is gonna be amazing. I'm not sure how exactly they're gonna do it. If it's gonna be like you have to input a code and then you put in the same code and you match up, or if you're gonna add a friends list. Like, there's no real friends list. There is in the Plarium Play. If you're on PC, Plarium Play, the browser thing has a friends list, but I don't think anyone really uses that. So it would be nice to have like an in-game friends list. We have the clan obviously, but that's not friends. You can have friends outside of your clan. So I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna do or how they're gonna do that. I'd be very interested to see, but nonetheless, 24/7 and friendly battles are going to be in. I love that. One little bit downside about 24/7 Live Arena is that some of the big krakens and whales are just going to be able to farm, and some of the low spenders won't be able to keep up with the Live Arena seasonal chase. But you're probably going to keep up anyways, so it's not really it's that big of an issue. It's probably a problem to 1% of the player base. So I think overall it's good, especially because I know personally I usually catch Live Arena at the end of the session, so I'll be going when there's an hour left or 30 minutes left, and right as I start really feeling getting into the groove of Live Arena, it's over, and then I gotta wait another 3 hours or 4 hours. So being able to do whenever you want will be amazing. I like this. I think this is a W. Could be a few negatives for the high-end players that are pushing, but overall I think it's a win for the majority of the players. Siege. Your concerns about Siege were reviewed and discussed. I'm happy to inform you that testing defense teams will become possible in one of the future updates, and we hope that it will help you and your clan's plan refine strategies before battle begins. Amazing. I think I mentioned this on the Knights of Tagoar podcast when Siege very first came out. I was saying that we have 2 weeks in between the Siege battles. Why can't we test our defenses? It's just sitting there. We have that area. Why not be able to use it? So I think this is amazing. I think this is W. Have your claymates go in and test stuff. See if the AI is working properly. See if your moves are going the right way. I think overall this is a win. Now, Plarium, we're not done. Siege, this is a great step. Now we need, drumroll please, replays. Yes, replays in Siege. I mean, I'd honestly really like replays in Classic Arena and 3v3 as well, but definitely in Siege, please have replays. Show us how we lost, how we won, why we lost, why we won. Was it a 3% chance? Was it a weak hit? Was it polymorph, especially because you're adding all these relics? Was it a relic? Was it a gemstone? Was it AI? Why is so important. Even though you might have lost that match, yeah, GG's, you can't fix that, but you can fix your matches going forward. You can fix your teams for future sieges. So please add replays. There's games that Clash of Clans has been around forever. I used to play Clash of Clans. I don't play much anymore. When I was a lot younger, I was playing Clash of Clans. They have replays. It can't be that hard. You're a $1 billion company. You make so much money. Please add replays. I think that would be huge for the game. But as far as this, I think it's a win. Be able to hit your defenses, hit your claymates defenses, have them hit your defenses to test all the battles. GG's. I think this is great. But again, we are not done. Plarium, please, replays in all areas too. Not all areas, but like I said earlier, Arena, 3v3, Siege. Obviously, Live Arena, you don't really need replays because you should be doing it live, so you should know what happened. But I mean, replays could be nice. Just even in live. So because sometimes things happen so fast you don't really catch it. So maybe even in live replays would be nice too. But specifically the other areas would be really. All right, relics. You spoke about relics, and one of your concerns was how difficult it can be to understand what's happening in arena and siege battles since their introduction. This was brought to the team's attention, and an in-battle indicator for relics is currently under consideration. Additionally, a rebalance of some of the weaker relics is planned for next year. All right, we'll break the first part down. This is good. I guess it's going to be depending on how it is. So it seems like it right now in battle indicators. So if you're looking at 3v3, if you're looking at arena defenses, you're not going to be able to see what relic they have. So like blessings, you can go in and see, okay, they have a 5-star polymorph, they have a 4-star lightning cage, they have 6-star crushing rend. You can see all of that before the battle. This in battle indicator makes me feel like it's still going to be hidden when you're picking, and then once you're in the battle, then it'll be like, okay, this person has a wand, this person has a cat's gaze, this person has a blah blah blah, whatever you pick, whatever they have. They have 2 wands. Both these teams have wands. So something like that. I'm not sure if it's going to tell the level, because that also is kind of impactful. Depending on what level, they do better things, higher chances. So could be good, could be bad. Raid's always about how they implement things. They always have great not always, but they have good ideas, but I feel like they just implement them not necessarily the best sometimes. So we'll see how it works. But I think it'll be good. I do think it is tough not knowing what the enemies have. I know it kind of ruins some type of surprise, because maybe a lot of like the meta is everyone's running, let's say wand. Everyone's running wand submission on this champion. So you just are programmed to be like, okay, this champion has this relic. But maybe you're off meta and you have a different relic on that champion and it screws you up. You thinking it's a wand, so you're not going to sheep them or you're not going to debuff, and it's something different and you're not planning for it and you lose the match for it. So there is some type of play like that where you're kind of losing the surprise factor. But if you're already in the battle, maybe it's already too late. I don't know, but you definitely can change how you fight depending on what relics they have. So this could be very game changing, knowing what they have, what they don't have. We're gonna have to see what they decide to do with that. And then rebalancing some weaker relics planned for next year. This is good. Rebalancing some weaker relics. There definitely are some weaker relics in there. There's some really good relics in there. I would also please consider readjusting and looking at some gemstones, and specifically I just want to call this gemstone out for how terrible it is. It really needs a rework. This one right here. So this is a mythical gemstone. The wearer ignores 15% of the target's res when placing provoke debuffs. So it has to be provoke, and you ignore a 50% res. And then we come over to some of these other mythicals where it's like the wearer deals 10% more damage to bosses, or ignore defense effects are 12% less effective against the wearer, or every time the wearer kills an enemy increases their damage dealt by 10%. Like, these are very impactful. The wearer deals 50% more damage when counterattacking. Like, these are very, very good. And then, I mean, these are really good too. Increase the wearer's act by 40 when increasing cooldown effects. Maybe not as good as the circle ones, but still strong. And then we come to this one. The wearer ignores 15% of the target's res when placing provoke. Not even all debuffs. If it was all debuffs, like, this would be really good. 50% ignore res when placing any debuff. Amazing. But provoke is so bad. Like, I mean, it's not as pet. No, sorry. Provoke is not bad. Provoke is really good, but for a mythical gemstone, just to have it as provoke, I feel like is very underwhelming, very not good. So hopefully they can take a look at some of the gemstones as well. I know a little side rant, off topic. I know, sorry. Back to the topic at hand, but just want to throw that in there because if they're gonna look at the relics, why not look at the gemstones too? Because those do need some love. All right, IP integration and empowerments. Many of you asked about the time limited champion empowerments, and the topic has been reviewed again. In the future, time limited champions will be empowered or empowerable not only by other permanent champions from the game, but also by duplicates themselves. This could include some of the champions from older collaborations. Good job. I mean, you're catching up with times. The fact that this wasn't already a thing is kind of silly. You pull 2 Raphaels and you're like, I can't empower them. Or every other champion in the game, you have a duplicate and you put the duplicate, or you can put the duplicate into each other and you empower. And then for these, you can't. Like, it just made no sense. Obviously, you need to have like a permanent champion for them to be empowered as well, because not everyone's gonna be able to get duplicates of the limited time champions. But if you do, then yeah, you should obviously be able to use them to empower. That is super silly. And the fact that this could include some of the champions from other older collaborations. What do you mean could? You should. Why would you not? Like, granted, it's probably too late. Like, maybe people don't have, or most people aren't gonna have 2 shredders or 2 archers sitting around. But who knows? Maybe they do. Maybe there are people that have 1 archer and pulled her and have 1 sitting around and they didn't build 2, or have 2 Raphaels or 2 Leonardos or whatever you want to do, and they want to empower them. Let them. Why can't they? Why not? It's kind of silly. Let the older collaborations do that. I don't understand the big deal, but I'm glad going forward that will be a thing. GG's, good job Plarium, looking good so far. Alright, and last but not least, we got Altar of Souls. Your request for shorter merchant refresh times was brought to the table, and it's happening. In an upcoming update, the merchant will start refreshing 4 times per day instead of once every 12 hours, so 2 times a day, 4 times instead of 2 times, giving you more opportunities to encounter the souls you've been waiting for. Stay tuned. These are just a few of the improvements in the works, and there are even more on the horizon. As always, your feedback helps shape the future of the game, so please keep sharing your thoughts. Until next time, Supremes. Okay, so let's get back to the Altar of Souls. Nice, another win. We're going right now. It refreshes 2 times a day. Now it's going to go to 4 times a day. Now I have heard some concerns about, well, now that it's 4 times versus 2 times, and if you sleep for, let's say, 7 hours, you're going to miss one of the times. That is true, maybe, depending on when the schedule is and when you sleep. If you fall asleep right when the slot starts and you sleep all the way through, then yeah, you'll miss a time, but more than likely you'll fall asleep maybe in the middle of slot 2, and then you'll wake up. So you check the altar before you fall asleep, slot 2, fall asleep, and then you wake up in the end or middle of slot 3, and then you'll check slot 3. So you probably won't miss any, but even if you do miss 1 slot, you're still seeing 3 slots a day versus 2 slots a day, so you're still getting more refreshes and more chance of seeing what you're looking for. Obviously, you're not getting any more souls or essence or anything like that, so you're not going to be able to buy things faster, but you'll just be able to hopefully see what you're looking for and saving for a little bit quicker. One thing that I think they could look at and should look at, and something that I've mentioned before also on the Knights of Teleria podcast, is adding some type of, like, maybe pin system or a wish list system to where if that champion does show up, then the game will pin it for you for, let's say, 24 hours. So then you know you won't miss it, and you have a chance of within 24 hours checking the game and buying it. So let's say you really want that Marius soul, you've been waiting for Marius, you got a 3-star, you want that 4-star, you have Marius, and then there's like the little section, your pin section, you click Marius, and then whenever Marius shows up, it will automatically save it for you for 24 hours, and then you can either buy it, or if you don't have enough essence, then it'll just go away and you can pin it again. Or obviously if you didn't have enough, maybe you probably wouldn't pin it, you'd pin something different. But I don't know, something like that where you can kind of have it locked in for a little bit of time would be nice. Something like they do it with the Deck of Fate, they do the pinning, something like that, where you can pin the souls. I don't know, just an idea. Let me know what you guys think of these updates. Is it a W? Is it an L? What do you think? What do you think? Overall, I think these are good. Are they amazing, game-changing? No, definitely not. But are they good and should help the game? Yeah, that's what quality of life is. A lot of quality of life is not most insane stuff, holy moly, but they're quality of life. Little things here and there that should make the game better and easier for you guys. So I'm happy. Hit that like, hit that sub button, leave a comment what you guys think, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.